afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latinoamerica, and all the Chiva hermanos y Chiva hermanas around the globe. All the mothers and Mr. Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Aunque les duela. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chew Live. Joining me today are our co-host, Gabriela Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gaby?
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of We Go to Live. A very hard weekend. We are not going to lie, and we are not going to sugarcoat it over here. We're going to talk reality and what's happening right now in Chivas and Chivas Femenil. It was a very hard weekend. It was very hard being there personally. I have a very bittersweet feeling about it because I was so blessed to be a part of the team for the very first time and covering my very first Chivas and Chivas Feminine games. But it is what it is. And we just have to hop back on into the groove. And in words of our profe Paunovic, nadie se baja de este tren. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi Gabby, hi Robert, hi Chiva hermanos. Well, as you said, it was not the best weekend of all whatsoever. Not even close. It was not fantastic. And if you ask me how I feel baggy. I feel baggy, but not because I have eaten a lot, but I feel baggy because you can use me and you can use us as a punching bag, and you can also show off your frustration because I know that it's hard, but it's we're not even halfway through the regular season, so gotta be gotta rationalize everything, but I we understand anything that you might be feeling.
So welcome. What's going on with We Go Chew? We Go Chew is the live English platform for all the Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the Chivaverse. You guys want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes.
Why
Of
do we do
course.
it in English?
Alfredo, take it away.
I would like to first of all invite everyone to join us to the conversation. As I said, you can use us as a punching bag, but of course with respect, please, with respect. But send a WhatsApp message to the number on screen: 33 26 60 7241. 33 26 60 7241. It's the red and white line, the red and white message. Send us a message, and someone from the production team will send you a link to join us on stream, to join us on the show. And of course, come here, join us. We had a lot of participation one of these days, but of course, join us on the chat. Join us live by sending a WhatsApp message to the number on screen: 33 26 60 7241, so that you can join us on the show live as well. And if you have any questions, any comments, any opinions, respectfully, please, you can join us.
So, what are we talking about today? Please, what is it about today? What? Robert.
First of all, let's talk about our week's MVP, okay? Because we're going to get to the juicy part in a
I'm
little
down.
while.
I love
Yeah?
that. I love
You,
that.
my friends, I know you guys want to talk trash or whatever. That's fine. But I'm no one's punching bag, and you need to rationalize what you're talking
Right.
about because you have to see what the game is about. But we'll go back to that later. Anyway, there was someone, yes, someone who stood out, a person who has been a symbol of our team for many years,
Many years.
a young woman still in her prime. Our week's MVP is, should I say,
Drum roll.
Doña Blanca Felix?
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. Blanca
Blanca
Felix,
Felix.
my friends, she did a great job, okay? She did a great job. If you were able to watch the match, and it's not just this match, go back to the beginning of the season. Blanca has been, being a veteran, she is, how can I say, callando bocas, all right? Unfortunately, like we had to end that great role that we were on, but that role that we were on has to do with Blanca Felix. Gabi, you were there live. How did you see Blanca? I saw her fierce.
I was there again, as I said earlier. I was lucky enough to be in both games, and this being the Sunday game, the Chivas Femenil game, she was incredible. We were talking about this in the press bench. We were talking about the fact that Blanca somehow loves playing in El Azteca. Like it suits her somehow. She is like fearless, um amazing. She did a great job with all her capability, like, you know, what she has to offer once again to the team. And she's a great leader. You can see that inside the pitch, how she conducts her defense and everything, and from the midfield back. I mean, again, we cannot sugarcoat the result and the fact that we lost not only to America, but we were undefeated, so now we lost against America. But I think what she did inside and overall Chivas Femenil, we cannot say it was a bad game. It was a good game, and Chivas was winning at the beginning of the game. And Licha, of course, we're going to talk about her and Lichometro at the moment. But Blanca Felix, I mean, she deserves every single recognition for this game. Unfortunately, it was not the result we were all expecting, but I think overall she was a great player, as many.
Yeah, they were solid the whole game through. You got to remember that it was raining. They were doing a great job defensively. I think they were clearing out. But as has happened in the past, and we've seen with many great teams, that one lapse of attention and boom, especially against a team like that has invested so much money in, well, in, building their lines. So it was something that happened, and it was not expected, but Blanca Felix is
Uh,
our week's MVP. So I say, hats off to you, Blanca.
Hats
Hats
off to
off.
Please,
her.
hats off.
And everybody who was there, because that was probably a horrible night. Saturday was a horrible night. You know what was embarrassing? I'll tell you in a second, because we got still more stuff to be celebrating.
We
Okay?
have a birthday.
That's right.
Yes, we have a
Estas son
Happy
las
happy
7th
birthday.
birthday to
mañanitas. Who?
Yeah,
happy.
happy birthday to Salvador Chava Reyes, the top scorer. Well, the second top scorer in the history of Chivas, only behind Omar Bravo. He was the top scorer for a long time, for decades. Played for Chivas during the time of El Campeonísimo. So Salvador Chava Reyes, Salvador Reyes Monteon, rest in peace. He was born on a day like today, but of 1936, and actually he was the son of Luis Reyes, who was one of the main strikers of Chivas during the early days of professional football in Mexico, which was back in the 1940s. Salvador Chava Reyes, he started playing for Chivas. He got into the squad at the age of 16, so he was the youngest player to ever play for Chivas for quite a bit as well. He scored his first match on a Sunday, the 29th. He scored his first goal against El Oro, which some of you might remember, a team from Guadalajara as well, on Sunday, 29th of November 1953. So he debuted during the time of El Llamerito at the age of 16, and he then became a champion with Chivas in the 1956-57 season. He was the top scorer of El Rebaño during 6 straight seasons, and he won 7 league titles with El Guadalajara. He played with the Mexican national team in 3 World Cups: Sweden 1958, Chile 1962, and England 66. He also won the CONCACAF Championship with Chivas back in 1962, one of the first international titles. He was also part of Chivas's first trip to Europe back in 1964, where he scored 8 goals out of the 12 matches. And he actually, fun fact, he scored against Barcelona at the Camp Nou Stadium. So the top scorer in the history of El Clásico de Mexico with 14 goals. And he back in on Saturday, 19th of January of 2008 at the age of 71. He became the oldest player to participate in an official Liga MX match, as he did it for the first minute of the match week one match between Chivas and Pumas, as form of a way of recognizing his figure, and he conserved the top scorer, the top scoring title in the history of Chivas for more than 40 years, with 122 league goals. So big shout out, big hug all the way to heaven to Salvador Chava Reyes, who who is the birthday boy today. Big figure in the history of El Guadalajara. What what memories or what stories did you hear growing up about Chava Reyes, Robert?
Stories? There's many stories, but
Any
mostly
anecdotes?
there is an anecdote. There is an anecdote. I'll tell it after we watch this short video. Salvador Reyes Montión, one of the greatest, if not the greatest idol of Club Guadalajara, was an individual who truly felt the red and white jersey from a very young age. His father, Luis Reyes, who had also played as a striker for Guadalajara, always let Chava, as he was affectionately called, tag along and help in the training sessions, as well as helping out as ball boy during official matches. Little did young Salvador know that somewhere down the line he would be immortalized as the most recognized historical reference of the institution and its top scorer for almost 50 years. In honor of Don Salvador's birthday, we are going to travel briefly into the past and remember some of the illustrious career of a legend, Chava Reyes. In its more than 100 years of history, Club Deportivo Guadalajara has had many outstanding figures, but only one can boast of being one of the architects of the greatness of the Rebaño Sagrado, Chava Reyes. As we mentioned before, from a young age, Salvador was considered the unofficial mascot and ball boy of the team. In one of the many interviews given during his lifetime, Chava Reyes, a canterano of the Rebaño Sagrado, eternalized the phrase, "I am not Chiva by heart. I am Chiva by birth." The eternal striker was born on September 20th, 1936. His father, Luis Reyes, was one of the main strikers for Guadalajara. His childhood was always linked to the red and whites, with whom he enjoyed being the mascot and picking up the balls during the team's home games. At a very tender age, the age of 13, he joined Guadalajara's basic forces, and only 3 years later, 1953, coach Jose Maria Casualo gave him his debut against León, the youngest player ever to play for Chivas. His first goal came on November 29th of that same year, 1953, against Club Oro, thus beginning a tally that reached 154 goals, 122 alone in Liga MX. To become the most top scorer in the team's history, a mark he held for almost half a century until Omar Bravo finally broke it in 2015. Chava played 282 games with Club Guadalajara from 1953 to 1967. During that time, he also played in 3 World Cups, 58, 62, and 1966. He went on to play with the LA Bulls, Club Santos Laguna, Tigres as a coach, and finally with San Luis. He later returned to the team de sus amores and was enrolled once again as an active player in 2008 when he ultimately retired, the oldest Chiva in existence. 4 years later, after a tough battle against colon cancer, Don Salvador hung up his boots, but his soccer legacy will live on forever in Guadalajara. Don Salvador Reyes, my friends.
Robert, that was a beautiful piece. I just
The
have
one and
to,
only.
a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
Don Chava
Thank
Reyes.
you. I was inspired by Chava. More than anyone else, I think, by Chava Reyes. His story is a beautiful story. When I first fell in love with Chivas, it was by accident, and it was this is a funny anecdote, and all you Chiva haters, aguantale. The first soccer game I ever went to was in 1982 at El Estadio Jalisco, and it was Chivas America. Okay, so I went to a Chivas America game. The original plan of the people who invited me were Americanistas, and they wanted to convert me.
Oh
But on the
no.
contrary,
Conversion therapy? No, thank
no,
you.
no se pudo. Yeah, it was intervention at a young age. I don't remember how old I was. But that's just one anecdote and how I fell in love with Chivas. I didn't fall in love with Chivas for their players. It's their history. Everything that is around it is it's surrounded by Mexicanismo, you know. And when I started reading about Don Chava amongst all the other legends of El Campeonísimo, is what enamored me. Through the rough and through the thin, you know, the bad days, probably more bad days than good days, if you really look at it in my 54 years. But it's made me stronger. I'm a Chiva hermano. Yo no me bajo del tren. And I'm not going to talk trash about my team. I will talk about the reality, and we're going to talk about it later. But somos Chivas o no?
Yes,
Are you here or not?
I'm
Are you
here.
with us or not?
Through thick and thin, my friend.
Así como va, papá.
Yes,
All right.
and
So
we're
it's
proud of yours.
cool. That's why I say we're not the punching bag. Just talk to us, man.
Right.
Share your love of the Chivas and just expel that demon you have inside. Yes, it sucks.
The
But
chat,
you know
the
what?
chat,
I
the
didn't
chat
see you
section is a
guys.
punching bag.
I see the chat sections
Oh
like
my
crazy.
god.
They're fighting amongst
Oh
themselves.
my god,
It's
guys.
like you know, what's going on? Did I hear this? Did I see this when we beat America and knocked him out of the Liguilla 3-1? No. ¿Dónde
Yeah.
estaban? Esa es nuestra realidad.
I would.
Sometimes
Yeah.
stuff just doesn't, you know, go the way we want to, right?
When things go
Alfredo, what's
well,
going on, my brother?
Yeah, I would like on that same note, I would like to add that we have too many enemies outside to be fighting amongst ourselves. So we gotta keep together ourselves, you know. And you know, I will recommend everyone to watch the press conference that Fernando Hierro gave on Monday at Verde Valle because he attended the press, and he left some beautiful diamonds in the press conference that I will totally invite everyone to watch it. It was only 28 minutes, because he addressed a lot of the noise that is being that was already out there before El Clásico de Mexico, but I think that some opportunistic, you know, the usual opportunists have taken El Clásico de Mexico to support that noise that they were making before the match. And Fernando Hierro went out on press conference on Monday, and he actually answered a lot of that noise. And he, as I said, he left a lot of pearls, a lot of beautiful diamonds in the press conference. And one of the main messages was that the team competed, you know, and even though a lot of people would say that we didn't, we had a good attitude, we had a decent attitude, we competed, you know. It was, and as Hierro said, it was just one of those days where things don't go as we wanted to, and it's part of the game, it's part of football, it's part of sports in general, that sometimes you won't have your day, sometimes you won't have your weeks, and it's part of the competition. But the team is professional, the team is working hard, and with a professionalism, with on a very serious note. And at the end of the day, he looked at the table. We still have straight Liguilla access, and as I said, there's too long. Or we have more than halfway of the regular season still to go, and we gotta keep together, you know, because as I said, we have too many enemies outside to be fighting amongst ourselves.
and as I said before, we're not going to sugarcoat it in any way, shape, or form. We just want to encourage everybody, and I know I don't want to get controversial here, but I want to encourage everybody in the chat section, everybody watching, if you're not commenting, whatever, we have to stay, as Alfredo is saying, together because this is a team that we love. And we have to acknowledge the effort of the team and of the coach. And I know it was a very hard weekend for everybody. I'm not saying, hey, let's just turn the page and look forward. Yeah, sure. We can do that on the next game. Right now, it's very fresh, it's very recent, and we are all very hurt. And I'm talking from a very personal experience. I was there, it was brutal. But again, we have to keep trusting our coach, our staff, and everybody in between. Consuelo de tontos, but I mean, we are still 3 points from the first place in the table. It's not the end of the world. Sure, it's against America, and that by itself is like
That sucks.
catastrophic. Catastrophic. Don't get me wrong, and please don't trash us in the comment section. We are trying our best to cover what we experienced as fans, most and foremost, but as also as a Chivas voice. You know what I mean? So it was brutal in every way, shape, or form. But we have to stick together and we have to look after our players, our team, our efforts, because it's not the end of the world. It looks like it, but it's not. And we still, it's beginning to be the middle of the tournament. So we still have a long way ahead of us. And it's going to hopefully, and with a lot of work and with a lot of trust, and of course, with the fans, with the fan base all together, is going to take another turn for the better. I'm pretty confident of that. Yes, I'm devastated. I am.
Yep.
Trust me, I am.
That's right. That's right. But it's a game. It's a game. I mean, really, I'm reading some of these comments, man. It's like, my friends, it's not even worth arguing with you. Yeah, because you're not looking at what happened. Okay, we're looking at words. Hierro had to come out, but why did he have to come out? Because everybody was throwing hate.
Right.
Yeah, that's the truth. Did we play well? No, we played like crap. I was very angry that night. I did not touch my social media because I didn't want to, I didn't want to spout trash. I did talk to an Americanista, yeah, who I had been talking to in a very educated way. And I admitted, that I said some nasty stuff, something like something with a lasso, But anyway, it is what it is. I've already paid my bets. I feel that, I paid everybody off. So everybody out there, shout out. You ate well.
Marilu,
Yeah.
this weekend I went through all the depressing stages. I agree. Me too. Believe me, me too.
That's right. That's right.
Robert,
We're all going crazy here. Thank you,
Robert, have
Curtis.
you?
Always the voice of reason.
Yeah. Have you placed bets for Pachuca game on Saturday?
Pachuca?
Yeah, on
Pachuca's not
Saturday.
doing very well. Pachuca
Okay.
just won last week, but they were not doing very well
They haven't, right?
previously. Okay, so they're trying to find their, I think we're closer to finding our real us than Pachuca is to finding their real them. Because we've already been there. We know what's up. The team needs to just focus and find it, and they'll find it. And they have to stop, just let the frustration go. And just look at it as another day, guys. Look at you guys. Look, if you go to work, we don't play soccer. If you go to work with a bad attitude, the whole day is going to be crap.
Exactly.
All right, something happened there, but they did compete for 20 minutes. I thought for a moment there that we were going to really be able to at least make a goal, make a decent effort. And after that, after the goal, we just crumbled apart. ¿Qué pasó? No sé.
We did. We did.
It happens. And
Yeah,
Yeah, it happens.
the opponent
Unfortunately,
came,
this is the second time it's happened against América.
right.
Y eso sí cala. Pues, ¿qué te digo?
Eso sí cala.
Yeah. Eso sí cala. Eso sí cala. And I seeing other comments that have nothing to do with the team. They're saying, hey, Hey, you're crying about money. Who's crying about money? Chivas has invested a lot of money in the team.
He
Okay.
has.
See, your data is all wrong, bro. You're throwing your hate at the wrong place. This is the official. We know the real deal. Okay. Just enjoy yourself. When we start winning, aquí vas a estar llorando también, pero por boletos. Okay. So stop crying, man. Anyway, my friends, let's be
So
mature about this.
why don't we talk about our chingonas next? Because
Yay.
that was also devastating, of course. I was there as well. And oh
Tell
my
us,
god,
tell us. First, tell us about the positive experience. All
the
right. You
positive
got there.
experience.
This was your first time there, Gabi. Nobody else who's listening to you has had this experience. What was it like going
So
to the Coloso de Santa Úrsula? ¿Qué
it was
onda? ¿Qué pasó?
It was incredible. So I was lucky enough. Again, I am so blessed and so happy to be a part of the Chivas team, from the Chivas staff, and it was my first time covering or helping the staff at Estadio Azteca for Clásico de México, both varonil and femenil. And it was incredible. The atmosphere. I know a lot of people don't agree with the efforts of Clásico de México, but it's a really interesting experience. You get to see both teams work together, and it's very interesting. And I was lucky enough to do live streaming for Noti Chivas for Media Day, and that was so much fun. And being able to be at the stadium, and this is going to sound very cheesy, but being able to step into Estadio Azteca, like step into the grass, like that is something in my wildest dreams I ever think was going to do. And being a nivel de cancha, meeting the players, a couple of them already know my name, and I'm like freaking out, but it was so fun. It was so fun being able to watch the dynamic of all the staff and all the Chivas members, like running and doing and organizing and talking to, and the press and the press conferences. It's so amazing. So kudos to every single Chivas staff that is watching right now. You know who you are, and I appreciate you, and thank you so much for making me a part of it. And that, as the media experience, was incredible. The games is a different story.
Right.
A completely different
But
story.
we'll have the revenge. We'll
Of
have the
course.
revenge.
Okay,
Yeah.
so ojo, this is temporada regular. En
Right.
That's
liguilla is
right.
another story.
It's another story,
Right.
as Hierro said. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I say, it's like, and I listened to that. I listened to the Hierros press conference, and a lot of those questions were super loaded, man. They were
Yeah.
loaded questions. They wanted him to answer something. He's not going to say it. He's a professional.
And you know
Exactly.
what?
No.
Since Pauno's press conference in El Azteca, a lot of people were questioning him, like, is there a crisis? What's happening? What is
Yeah.
going to happen? That's why Hierro had to come forward and like, okay,
Mhm.
chill, everybody. Chill. This is
Yes.
not the situation. This is not happening right now. So yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
now
It's
that
like,
you mentioned,
putting
now
salt in the wound. No, it's like, okay, yes, we haven't won and for a couple, and yes, we're a little worried, but come on, man. Right? You were
exactly.
going to say, I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Alfredo.
No, that now that Gabby mentions the C word, crisis, I really enjoyed listening to Hierro's answer when he got asked about it, because he said, "Well, crisis, that's for you talking to the press. That's because you like that word and you like to put it in the headlines or in the banners or anywhere, but that's for you, not for us, because we keep on. We, as he said, we're still in straight Liga access, and we're not that far from the first place. We're not
Not
that
at
far.
all. Not at
Yeah,
all.
And
Again,
don't forget
again,
to participate.
yes, please. If you want to join us live on the show, please send a message through our WhatsApp official account at 332-660-7241. You can send a message and you can get a link so you can join us live on the show and talk about whatever it is you're thinking at the moment. I'm sure it's a lot.
Yeah.
So come and talk to us now.
Yeah.
exactly.
Atrévanse.
So, what is next?
What is next? We were talking
What
about La Chingonas, and we're talking about Spinelli, and that all that clash kind of rolled off
Yeah.
into that press conference too. Spinelli's like, hey,
Yeah,
everybody wants to beat Chivas. What are you talking about? Right? Everybody wants to beat Chivas. And they're cannon fodder. We're cannon fodder now. We're cattle farming. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah,
So
he got like he they tried to roll him over, didn't they?
of course, yeah. Let's talk about that. You guys want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. We have
Right.
a lot of really positive things to talk about. Like El Tapatio came back with a tie, right? That was a great thing as well because they had been doing well. Remember, Tapatio Morelia was one of the finalists last year,
Hmm.
Yes.
and they had been playing strongly. You see, so this is what I'm talking about. It's just why are we overlooking the good stuff just to stay with the negative? Yeah, it's not worth it, my friends. It's not worth it. So let's see what's going on. Our Tapatio is ninth, right? They're working it. They're working it, trying slowly but surely. That game was also, ay, Dios mío. You guys are looking, you see all this white hair in my mustache?
Mhm.
It's Chivas, Las Chingonas, and Tapatio.
Oh my
This
God,
is it.
that went
Look at
great over the
this.
weekend.
Oh, my Lord. Look at my hair. It's dark. Look at this stuff, man. This is crazy. We're suffering too, my friends. But
We are.
Tapatio, I see, is doing much better. Okay.
They're
Doing
gaining
it
back their confidence for sure.
exactly. And the incorporation of how do we pronounce the last name again? Wilke?
Vilke.
Okay.
Vilke. So it's like a
Yeah.
V.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that's creating and it's creating competition because the other strikers in Tapatio, all of a sudden their ears stood
We're
up
like,
because
don't.
they're like,
Yes,
Mhm.
oh,
exactly.
look at
But
Right.
there's a new
it's the
sheriff in
importance
town.
the importance again of giving this kind of space to Cantera Rojiblanca because these players are the future of the first team of Chivas. So we need to keep supporting and watching and looking after like, oh, this is a good player, this is a good player, like because they're going to be sooner or later in the first team. So yes, Tapatio is getting back their confidence. They're tying, they're winning. So yeah, remember they're the current champions. So we have a lot of faith in them.
And they're
Mhm.
gonna, I think they're gonna make it to Liga. Of course they will.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
they're
course.
just stumbling a little bit. It can't always be roses.
So I
Yeah.
think the chat just calmed down.
I saw that. Que bueno que se fueron
Everybody's
esos.
just like, okay, well, except Neo. You guys don't know the meaning of shame.
Yeah.
What is it? What's shame, Neo? What are you
I don't know.
talking
In the
about?
Matrix,
Why
there's
don't you
no
come
shame.
over? Why don't you come over? Send a WhatsApp message and you can come over and chat with
Yeah.
us live. So you can tell us what
Tell
shame
us.
are you talking about?
Yes, and the number is 33 26 67 241. 33 26 67 241. That's the number to get into the show. You just send a WhatsApp message, hey, I want to join. Someone from the production team will send you the link to join and come talk to us, you know?
The producer owes us a jingle for
Right.
Yes,
that number, right? We need a
Yeah.
number jingle.
we need a jingle. We need it.
Another positive thing that
Okay.
we kind of jumped over. Licha almost did
El
it.
litómetro is moving.
That's
Yeah.
right. 97, right? Or is it 90, 97?
97.
97. I was so sure she was going to do it. I have to send her another WhatsApp.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Ask her what's going on there.
it would be cool if she does it at the Estadio Akron, wouldn't it?
That's exactly
That would
what I was
probably be
going to say.
best.
Yeah.
That would probably be best. And the game, well, she's going to have some time to rest because another positive note, we have a FIFA date, right?
Yeah.
Chivas has some time to rebuild itself, remake itself as they have
And
done in the past. Look at Jaramillo and Torres.
Shelly.
Chelly, she made it again. Isn't it the second time now, right?
Yeah.
Or is
No,
this the first one?
I
Chile
think
We
is the first
discussed
one,
it.
the first time
Yes,
in the first
yes.
in la
Whoa.
selección mayor. Yeah, this is very impressive and incredible.
Of course.
Okay, so this is where I call bluff because I had the opportunity to talk to her and she was nervous and she was so excited because she was, oh, it's my first team, my first time in la selección mayor, and I'm so happy and I'm so nervous and I'm asking Licha for tips and
Mhm.
tricks. So while she was so happy and most importantly, so much well deserved. Licha, Chelly, I'm sorry. super well deserved that she's been called. She's been before in I believe sub 23 or something like that, sub 20 I think in selección, but now is with el equipo mayor, and that is incredible. And I wish her the best of luck. Of course, our comandanta, as usual, is a regular on selección mayor, so so happy for both of them, and they are already training con selección mayor. Yay.
They are.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
And soon to see them, doing their thing and representing.
Yes.
Representing.
The match is the day after tomorrow, so Friday, against Puerto Rico at the Estadio Azteca. So they would only, like, for example, in the case of Chelly, she doesn't only get to play with Mexico, but she does get to play it at the big stage. So big
Right.
shout out, very very well deserved for Chelly Torres.
I love that the selección femenil is at the Azteca.
Right,
They gotta feel that. You gotta fill it up for them, man, so that they feel the love from everyone, all the Chiva hermanos in the Chivaverse, and all the Chivas de closet.
exactly, exactly. What you say? We go over some of the best Fernando Hierro quotes from the other day.
The diamonds you were talking about.
Yeah, I have some
Let's hear them.
diamonds. I
Shoot.
have a beautiful one. So he says the media show around it, around all is this is we will never control. We, the president and my sports management, know that what we want. We know what we have, and at this moment we must have much more tranquility, and we have it. The coach knows perfectly well that we can work calmly, that we can be calm because of the president, because of his president and his sporting director. There is absolute confidence. He also said that um, there are. Oh well, he was speaking about the match itself the other day, and he says there are mini games within the 90 minutes, and there were lapses in which we played very well and were protagonists. But soccer is about effectiveness or getting ahead on the scoreboard. There are many details, but when you tell me that we did not compete, do you mean the players did not want to win? And then Beltran ran 11 kilometers, or also Eric ran another 10 kilometers. So I think we didn't have a good day, but we didn't come. But that saying that we didn't compete, I wouldn't say so. The boys competed. Um, Finally, clearly, it's not our best moment, but we're looking at the points difference with the teams above us. We are better than last tournament. We are 3 points behind the leader, located on sixth place and in direct qualification positions for Liguilla. Some of the Fernando Hierro diamonds that I mentioned, and if you would like to watch the complete press conference, press conference is on our official YouTube channel under the live section. It's only 28 minutes, worth listening to it, and I personally really enjoyed listening to Hierro speak the other day.
Of course, he has the gift of gab, and plus, he wasn't there to take any baloney.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
that's the truth. And I feel that he felt bad to have to do that. It's like when you did something and they have to call someone else in to tell you about it. I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
come on, it's not professional at all. And another thing is, it's almost time for us to go. Okay, it's almost time for us to go. We need to start thinking about how we are looking at football again. Oh, this one. Oh, I'll get you later. Someone just sent me a production.
But it looks
I'll get you later, buddy. Anyway, we are journalists, even if you don't believe it, okay? We are comunicólogos.
right.
And
yes, we are.
just like the Hippocratic oath taken by doctors, we are, okay? We are testigos. We're witnesses. That's all.
Exactly.
How do I know what's happening in the back lot? What do we know what's going on in the vestidores? We don't know.
We
So
don't.
how could you speculate about that? You can't speculate. You have to be objective. not subjective. Because if I
Exactly.
go on any subject, I can say, oh, he didn't smile at me. Maybe he's angry. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe he won't play. Maybe he won't do this. Maybe he won't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the way we got to look at stuff. And
exactly.
these people, it's like they have a maturity level of a lobster or something because they're not thinking. It's just all visceral and nothing cerebral.
Exactly.
Okay. I love Chivas too, but I think, and there was a comment there, Via Melon. My friend, I have been to every Chiva game. Okay. Every Chiva game since Akron opened.
That is the truth.
That's a record. Yeah.
Rain or shine. Yeah.
That
And
is
sometimes I go out there and I'm, tearing it up and I hate everyone. I don't want to talk to anybody. And sometimes I have an epiphany and I start thinking about what really happened. And then I talk to my friends who know about football and they're not the ones who just react. Think about what you're saying. You love Chivas, then what you're saying is like, it's like if you say you love someone, then you talk bad about them
Right.
for things that you're not sure of. That's what I mean. So the one that says that I have no shame, tú no tienes vergüenza. Okay? Because you don't know what you're talking about.
And
We
I
love
would.
you, Chiva hermanos.
everybody is upset. We are very
Yeah.
sensitive at the moment. We maybe somebody takes it different than others. It's an emotion at the end of the day, and we are not just like it's only football. No, for many of us is a way of life, is a sentiment, is and it's complicated and it's tough. And when you lose, and especially against these kinds of rivals that are your archienemigos, if you will, it hurts. And it's going to hurt for a while. But we just have to stay together. I'm not going to tell you to trust the process and what we just have to stick together as a fan base, please, and just be respectful. We are doing our job, we're doing our best to keep you informed, and we're so happy to be here. So just let's keep it chill. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah, and we're not only sports journalists, but also we are journalists of journalists. So we're gonna keep an eye on that because it's there. As I said, there's plenty of regular season still left, and I'm pretty sure that the team will get back to the winning ways. Hopefully on Saturday against Pachuca.
That's right. I
Absolutely.
believe. Do you believe?
Absolutely.
I
I
do
believe.
believe.
I
Yeah,
I
believe.
believe.
I believe. I'm in the Paunoneta. I'm totally
Oh,
Yeah.
empaunonated. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm
Chivas
on
de
the
Hierro
Chiva
y
neta.
la Paunoneta. Yes.
yeah.
That's right.
100%.
Exactly.
That's right, my friends.
Okay, my
Y con
friend.
esto cerramos. My brothers and sisters, Chivas mothers and misters. Hey, don't let the hate take over, baby. Be love.
Empoundonate yourself.
Yeah, depounding it.
Yeah, empoundonate. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch the game on Tuden and Vixen. Don't
Oh,
worry,
yeah.
guys. Things will be
We
Saturdays
didn't
better.
on
touch that.
Telemundo.
Remember?
Where are we going to watch the games?
Yeah, Saturdays on Telemundo because we're playing at the Akron. We're playing at home with our people. So Saturday at on Telemundo, kickoff at 7 p.m. Central Mexican time, 8 p.m. Central Time of the United States. So we have, and in Mexico, it will be on the most red and white sign of the mall on Chivas TV. So the dates on Saturday night for some of you, Saturday evening for others. United States on Telemundo, Mexico on Chivas TV.
Yes,
Telemundo.
Chivas TV, the
Telemundo
best
in
play by
English and
play.
in Spanish.
Right.
That's right. If you guys haven't heard the play by play by our Chivas narrators, you
It's
guys got to check it out, man. It's
Yeah,
like another level.
it's
En
fantastic.
Nothing
Telemundo?
about, yes, it's wonderful, Kike.
And
Magnificent.
yeah,
And on El Palco, you can hear
Chivas
them,
TV.
yeah,
right?
exactly,
Very good. And Chivas TV, you can see them. They
exactly.
cute. Anyway, my friends, besos,
No, good one.
abrazos. All you haters, man. Ay, les estoy mandando buena vibra,
They're
para que
not
se
haters. They're just
recuperen.
upset. They're just
Yeah,
upset.
yeah.
They're not
Yeah,
haters.
yeah.
Right.
I
Right?
love all you guys.
Be
I
nice.
love all you guys,
Be
especially la
nice.
prensa tapatlista. You guys have a beautiful afternoon.
Have a good rest of your week. Enjoy.
Y arriba las Chivas.
Arriba las
Así es.
Chivas.
Ah, duélele.